Going to be testing out this PHIXERO P5 SSD. It's a external portable hard drive. Needed something small that I can put in my pocket. I have a lot of other hard drives that are more square edge like this. The Samsungs, that sort of thing. It's real popular, but needed something a little bit rounder, something easier to go in the pocket when I carry my phone with me, but I want to be able to shoot video when I'm out. So these are a lot faster than the regular external hard drives with the SSDs, and just something smaller that'll work better with a phone carrying it. I can carry a lot of big hard drives if I'm going to take my large photography gear, but something like a phone, you want something tiny, easier to stick in the pocket. And these little hard drives are quite a bit smaller than what you'd expect with most of them. This is a 1 gigabyte drive. PHIXERO, it's been around for a while, but it's mostly drives that you find overseas, Europe, that sort of thing, and not as much in the US market. I guess they're gonna try to get a presence here now, and seems to be working pretty good so far. These have a little loop in here where you can put a lanyard that actually comes with it, that you can hook through and just carry, wrist strap, that sort of thing. This uses a USB-C to USB-C connection, so it makes it easy to plug into an Android phone. The cable that comes with it in the box also has a USB-A type connector, so if you've got an older computer and don't have the USB-C connection, you can use this, or you can just leave it on like I do with this and be able to use it with either one. But what I did to begin with this, I set it up as a exFAT file format, so I can use this with my Android phone. I can use it with a Mac system or a Windows system, either one, if you format it with exFAT. I'm going to test the speeds and see how this does on my phone as compared to the 7 version of the Samsung hard drive. This is rated at about 560 megabits per second, whereas the Samsungs are rated at 1,000 on them. So this is a little bit less, but you don't always get the read and write speed that these companies say they have. So I'm going to test it versus the Samsung and see how well it does. I've used it for about a week now, but I haven't tested the true speed, and it seems to be working out pretty good. But it's just been really nice to have just a little small drive. On the back here, might be hard to see, but there's a little tiny light pinhole, so when it's running, it's got a little flashing light that'll let you know it's actually functioning when it's plugged in. So I'm just going to mount this on here and do a speed test with it, see what results we get. These Android phones, there's only just a limited way that you can test them. There's only one app that I've found that'll work for testing external hard drives, and this SD card test is the name of it. I'm going to show you how that works with it, but we'll see how this does with this phone speed wise. And this is a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It has faster connection as the brand new version of the Samsung phone goes, so it'll be able to read as fast as speeds as any phone out there right now. So with these, you just start the app up with it, and then you have to look for the drive. So click remind me later. On here, if you're going to do a speed test and you want to get the read and write speed, you have to select all with it, and then to find the drive, when you first turn it on, it'll be reading the speed from your internal hard drive, but you need to click this section, and then you have to look for that drive. So up at the top with Android, I can get this to work here. There's the drive, the PHIXERO. So click that, pick any folder in there. You have to pick a folder or it won't be able to read from that drive. So at the bottom here, I got to click use this folder, and then it asks me if it's okay to use it, and that'll allow it to read from there. So at the top you can see how the speed test goes. All I have to do is just start it and run that speed test. You can see here. It's about as close as I can get. So 370, 375 on the write speed, which is pretty fast for a little small SSD like this. It's going to start the read speed in just a moment. Read speed on these are usually slightly faster. It's not much difference on the SSD, but it is getting a little bit faster speeds with it. So for an Android phone, this is actually pretty fast results. Anytime you get close to 400 megabits a second with a phone, no matter what the hard drive you use, even if you use a 200 speed rated external hard drive, the limitations are usually in your phone itself. So with this PHIXERO drive, I'm going to read that correctly on here. You got 376 write speed, 395 read speed with it. So that worked out pretty well. I'm going to have to unmount this drive, and then I'll test the Samsung and see how it compares to it. Now I'm going to test this Samsung drive and see how well it does compared to the PHIXERO. Just open the app again. I'm going to have to find that drive again. So I want to install this one. Takes a moment for the phone to find it. Once you see that storage is added, you can look for it. So I have to do the same thing as I did with the other one. I have to browse for stuff. I have to look for that particular drive. And once I've found the drive here, I can just click any file, just click use this folder, and allow it to test. And then I go back to all, and then I start, and this is testing the Samsung drive. The Samsung drive, it took a little bit to start booting up with it. Seeing what kind of read and write speed we get here. Alright, so it's finished up with it. With that one, we got 277 megabytes per second and 443 megabytes per second read speed. So the read speed was just slightly faster, but the write speed was actually slower than the PHIXERO on it. And this is Samsung's most popular drive, so kind of goes to show that this little drive here, even though it's rated at a lower read and write speed, it actually writes faster than the Samsung disk does with it. So that's a pretty good result for that. I'll stop this here, move it to the side. So this little SSD seems to be a pretty good drive. It's slightly cheaper than Samsung, probably about 20% cheaper. But a lot of times they have coupons for them. I found the coupon online. I'll try to put that in the description of the video below. Anytime I find the newest coupon for some of these things I review, I'll try to put those in the descriptions where you can get a discount. So look for that. I'll have the link below. I've got Amazon link to it, and I'll try to put the latest coupon. So for the money, seems like a little good drive. I've used it, like I said, a couple of weeks so far. Seems to be working well so far. It'll move big files. I've had to move 6 to 8 gigabyte size files with this, and it doesn't seem to slow down even when it gets toward the end of an 8 gigabyte file, it may drop about 15-20% in the write speed, and that happens with any of these drives. They tend to get a little bit warmer, and once they warm up some, they slow down slightly, but it's still getting results faster than the Samsung drives do. So, you know, cheaper drive, nice smaller rounder form factor on them. It was just the big draw for me. It's just so much easier to stick it in the pocket and go with it. Comes with a good little cord, lanyard for it. So for the money, it seems to be working out pretty good. So you can look online, these PHIXEROs. It's the P5 version. They actually make a higher end version of it, but I don't know if it's actually going to be any faster on the phone. So for what you get for the money, it's pretty good value here. So if this helps you at all, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.